If it wasn't crazy enough at yesterday's cabinet meeting, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth added a new twist to his claims about the deadly second strike on an alleged narco boat. Watch this one.
Secretary Hegseth said he had no knowledge of this and it did not happen. And then the next day from the podium at the White House, they're saying it did happen. So either he was lying to us on Sunday or he's incompetent and didn't know it had happened.
I watched that first strike live. I didn't stick around for the hour and 2 hours, whatever, moved on to my next meeting. A couple of hours later, I learned that that commander had made which he had the complete authority to do, and by the way, Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat. I did not personally see survivors, but I stand, because the thing was on fire. Right. It was exploded and fire and smoke, you can't see anything, you got digital, this is called the fog of war. Right. This is what you in the press don't understand.
But even Pete himself had a much different take on this back in 2016. Watch this.
I do think there have to be consequences for abject war crimes. If you're doing something that is just completely unlawful and ruthless, then there is a consequence for that. That's why the military said it won't follow unlawful orders from their commander-in-chief. There's a standard, there's an ethos, there's a belief that we are above what so many things that our enemies or others would do.
Now, where have I heard that before? Watch this.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems that the only fog in this particular realm is in Pete's head.
Yeah.
Because he's also trying to take Mark Kelly down for saying exactly what he said in 2016. So what is happening?
So when Rand Paul says he's either a liar or incompetent, why can't he be both?
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah,
so
it
Mark,
could be two things at one time.
Yeah, Mark Kelly actually cleared something up. He has served and he's sunk ships. He said, although Pete Hegseth supported the admiral, whether Pete Hegseth made the call or not, we don't know yet, but he said he made the right decision. Mark Kelly said the right decision in that military event would have been to rescue the two people hanging off the debris and then go back in for the ship, which they say, held the drugs and they were trying to get rid of. But I wish Rand Paul would have spoken up earlier, because only 4 Republican senators voted against the appointment of Pete Hegseth. And he was not one of them. And the same thing with Cassidy. I think they're having buyer's remorse. There was a reason why everyone was screaming and said, look at these people. They're not capable of doing this job. And Rand Paul gave the green light on this one.
Somebody said to me yesterday, they should have listened to Pete Hegseth's mama. Remember, she wrote that letter?
Yes, she did.
Telling him that, about his character issues. Listen, a few things. First of all, this is a fabricated war, okay? We didn't talking with Venezuela. We didn't even
know we were in a war.
Yeah, yesterday, the conservative columnist Will Smith said, we have a war crime. George Will said, we have a, thank you.
Will Smith, not exactly.
Get my name out of your mouth.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Nice one.
Let me get back up to my point. George Will said there is a war crime where there is no war. Because they keep talking about these boats as if they were a threat. These boats are going to Trinidad and Tobago. And they, if they are drug boats, which they haven't shown us evidence that they are, they are going to Trinidad and Tobago. The drugs that go through Venezuela end up in Europe. But there's something very important happening, and I think we need to talk about it and commend it, which is for the first time that I can remember, Republicans in Congress are pushing back. And the Republican chairs of the committees of oversight are conducting investigations. And look, and to me, it's also ridiculous that the Secretary of Defense would say, I didn't stay to watch the whole thing because I had things to do.
Yeah, what meeting was so important that he left what was going on?
The other
meeting would be so important.
He had to go get on the signal chat and talk to his brother-in-law and dentist.
But they call it the Department of War instead of Defense now. And it didn't Trump run on anti-war platform?
Yes,
I know
he did.
He was going to lower prices and no more wars. And now they call the department defensive.
I just want to make it very clear that if this second strike, I feel like I'm in A Few Good Men. Who ordered the code red? You ordered the code red. I think that Pete Hegseth clearly ordered the code red here.
Yes.
And I also think that that would be a war crime. And it's very clear. You speak to anybody from JAG, you speak to California Representative Ted Lieu, who's a former JAG officer. He has said this is a war crime. And the sad thing about it is if you do follow an unlawful order and you're in the military, you can be court-martialed and you can be prosecuted and you can be put in jail.
Just like in A Few Good Men.
They
Yeah.
set you up. He
Yeah.
set up the military. He
Yes.
set it up. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the buck stops with him.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
his job, whatever it's called, Department of Defense, War, booty, whatever.
Can I tell you
It
something?
is-
It's a Department of Lies, because I don't know why they don't just tell
That's
us
the whole
that
government.
they want regime change in Venezuela instead of fabricating all of this
Because
stuff.
this is a better distraction.
Because, yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
right.